Welcome to the Ethical Considerations in AI for Educators video. On behalf of the Green River College Excellence in Teaching Collaborative and the AI Task Force, we are so glad that you are here. In this short video, we're going to explore why ethics should be at the heart of how we think about and use AI in teaching. Whether you're already experimenting with AI tools or just beginning to explore, this is a chance to really pause and reflect and start to consider the bigger picture, keeping in mind that this is a conversation that's going to change and grow all the time. AI tools are powerful, but they're not neutral. They're shaped by the data they're trained on, the people who build them, and the ways we choose to use them. As educators, we play a key role in deciding how these tools show up in our classrooms, in our policies, and in our relationships with students. Ethics help us keep human values at the center of our work. When we talk about ethics in AI, we're really talking about impact. There are 5 core areas where ethical considerations show up in our teaching. That's privacy, the power differentials of AI usage, who owns AI, what are the copyright policies, and bias and misinformation, and job restructuring. So let's take a closer look at each one of these. Privacy risks are huge in this area, and many AI tools are trained on internet data, which includes sensitive or personal information. When we use these tools, we may unknowingly share student work or identifying info. Always be sure to ask, what am I putting in, and who might have access to it on the other end. AI is largely developed and controlled by a small number of companies. That concentration of power can shape whose values and needs are reflected in the tools and whose are ignored. As educators, we need to remain aware of how AI can either widen or challenge those inequities. When it comes to ownership and copyright, U.S. copyright law doesn't protect work generated entirely by AI and raises tricky questions. Who owns AI-assisted content? And how do we define authorship? In your classroom, it's important to be transparent, to set clear guidelines, and model responsible attribution. AI tools can sound confident, but they can be completely wrong, and they often reflect biases from their training data. That's why it's critical to verify what AI gives us and to teach our students how to think critically about the information they encounter. And one more thing to think about, and it's not pleasant. It can be terrifying and a little scary, but how AI is reshaping the workforce. Education is no exception. Instead of fearing these changes, we can focus on what can't be automated: creativity, ethics, and adaptability. Our role is to help students build durable, future-ready skills and reflect on how our own roles may evolve too. So, a couple best practices while keeping all of these in mind. Don't share student info with AI tools. Opt out of data collection when you're asked. And only rely on AI output when you have time to check its accuracy. Simple steps like these go a long way in modeling ethical use. And keeping all that in mind, I'd love to think through some scenarios. Let's do the first one together. Imagine a student uses AI to complete part of an assignment, but doesn't mention it. What would you do? And what principles come into play? These are the kinds of conversations we need to be having and thinking about with ourselves and with our students. So take a moment to reflect. What ethical concerns from this video feel most relevant to your own teaching? And what values might guide your use of AI going forward? It's tricky because, of course, there's no one right answer because we all teach differently. We all have different values and teaching styles and different student populations. But making space for these questions is part of what makes us thoughtful educators. Thanks for joining us in this exploration of teaching ethics in AI. As you continue in the course, remember, technology can support our teaching, but ethics help us decide how to use it well.